I'm Ryan Ballengee. Welcome once again to the Road to French Lick. We've got two great guests for you this week on the show. Brendan Sweeney and I talk with Adam Schenk, a French Lick resort staffer, PGA Tour winner as he has his off week as he gets ready for the One Flight Myrtle Beach Classic in South Carolina next week, and then the PGA Championship in Pennsylvania the week after that. And then our second guest is Louisville sports legend Fred Cowgill, the 38-year anchor in the city of Louisville, will give us his picks for the Kentucky Derby with Churchill Downs just about an hour and a half from French Lick Resort. We're so excited to share these guests with you. Hope you enjoy the episode.
So, hey, last week down in New Orleans, you and Tyler you had a good little run. Didn't make the cut, but, I mean, the cut was at, 10 under? And you guys were at 7? How was the week?
I think it ended up being 10. Yeah, it was, if we got to 9, we figured it was a coin flip. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. So I guess, what did we finish? 7. So maybe, if we would have gotten to 9, if we would have finished birdie or eagle the last hole and then got to 9, or I guess we had to finish birdie eagle. But then if we would have missed the cut being at 9, thinking we had a chance to make it, sometimes that's worse. So when we were at 7, we knew we had absolutely no shot. So we just got off to a slow start. Could have birdied the first hole, should have birdied the second hole, number 11. We started on the back 9. Nothing, kind of one of those weeks where we actually have excelled in the best ball format. And then this year we really did not excel on that, but in a alternate shot, we could have shot 5 or 6 under, not, any problem. Assuming you make some putts, you have to make some putts in that event. And that was one thing we did not do well. And it's not overly difficult off the tee. It was soft. We got a lot of rain Wednesday evening. So we didn't make any putts, but ball striking wise, the alternate shot was the best we've ever done by far, because that's the format we usually struggle the most in.
What's it like going down there and hooking up with Tyler Duncan, your old college buddy? I mean, you guys grew up playing junior golf together. You've known each other forever. I mean, is it more of a relaxed atmosphere? You go down there having a good time. Did the family come down?
They did not. It was just Tyler and I. His family stayed home as well. But yes, very, very relaxed, fun. It's nice to, usually when you just hit a bad shot, you just mess up yourself. But now you have to think about, okay, I'm messing up my partner. Sorry, I put you in this terrible situation with this plug lie. Good luck getting it out of there. But it's also nice when you're playing with such a close friend that we've played so much golf together. I think this was our 6th time being at the Zurich.
That's cool.
I'm not really worried about hitting a bad shot for my partner. I'm just trying to do the best I can. I'm not necessarily worried about, dang, if I hit a bad shot here, my partner's going to be mad at me, or my partner's going to be thinking, how in the hell did you hit that shot? So I know it sounds elementary, but that's a nice weight to have off of your shoulders when you are playing with someone that you're so comfortable with. And
that's awesome.
Just, better or worse, we just didn't have it this year, but next year, I would love to play with Tyler again. So we're going to hopefully get another shot at it next year.
How was the food scene down in New Orleans? You guys have a steady go-to place? A bunch of guys all go to the same joints?
Phenomenal. Yeah, we went to this new place that we never been to. It's called Pascal's Manal. And I think it was a fairly famous spot. You would go, so big restaurant, you go in, there's a big bar area and an oyster bar area. You go up, order your drinks, pay for your oysters. They give you these little $25 coupon, or a little chips that the casino would give you that you never end up with in the night because they take them all. And go up to the oyster bar, they bring you your drinks, and the guy shucks oysters. He's done it for over 40 years. And you make your own cocktail sauce. You sit there, shoot the shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but anyway, you have fun. Ryan Palmer and Charlie Hoffman were there when we walked in. So when I saw those guys, I knew we were in the right spot. And we did that for probably an hour, then went into the back room and had awesome dinner. And I was going to go back on Saturday before we missed the cut, so we'll have to go back. We'll go back twice next year.
Well, great. That's
Pascal's
awesome.
Manal, phenomenal.
Pascal's Manel. All right. Next time we get to New Orleans, we'll give it a look up there, man. It should be a blast.
Absolutely.
How's everything else looking for the rest of the year? You got PGA Championship coming up?
Yes, I think I lost it for a second.
Okay.
Am I back?
PGA.
There you are.
Yeah, you're back.
Yes. So off this week, and then we have I go to Myrtle Beach for the One Flight Invitational, and then PGA Championship following week. So yeah, week off, and then so 2 weeks before the PGA. And I haven't played Aronimink. I've heard it's hard, which I guess most PGA Championship golf courses are. But game feels nice. We played okay last week. It just didn't quite happen with making the putts. But cautiously optimistic. I've got a really nice feeling about the rest of the year.
Cool.
Hopefully, I'm as excited as everybody else to see how it turns out.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, have you played a kind of what a PGA Championship's going to be?
Aronimink, no. I mean, it's quintessential Donald Ross. I mean, the runoffs are going to be crazy, and I know that the kind of landing areas are pretty decent after the renovation, but they're a little bigger than they used to be. But I mean, it's a ball striker's test through and through. I don't know how it's playing firm, but it hasn't rained here in the Northeast a whole lot this year, so I assume it's going to be pretty fast.
That's what I've heard as well, and it's we haven't had much rain here in Southern Indiana. It's actually we weren't supposed to have rain for the next 10 days. Today it's deciding that it's going to rain, which is actually great. But yeah, I've heard it's hard. I didn't even know what state Aronimink was in until I guess after I won in Bermuda, so last December-ish. I'm like, I don't even know where Aronimik's at, and I know it's just outside of Philadelphia. Is that correct?
That's right. Newton Square, not Newtown Square. They'll get mad at you if you say Newtown Square.
Newton. Like
okay,
the apple.
Newton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the apple.
Yes.
Sir Isaac Newton.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the Vincennes of Pennsylvania, as they call it. So it's
Absolutely. So I know where to fly into now, at least. Hopefully it's not too far from City of Brotherly Love.
There you go. Rocky and the gang. Gotta love it.
What's been new with you guys? Anything?
Yeah, we have
any golf?
We got lights. Yeah, we got lights at the new Springs Valley Golf Course, Sand Creek at French Lick. So lights are up and tunes are playing, and yeah, it's good. I mean, it's beginning of the season. We're doing gangbusters with the help of you and Tyler and Joey Weiler and Chandler Boucher with our names on the bag, which is pretty cool. We got a nice little stable of guys there. And everybody's doing well. So yeah, the resort's doing great. We opened up some cottages up on top of the ridge. We got to get you up there for that. And then need to get you hooked up with Anthony. Come on down and beat some balls and bring the family, man. We'd love to have you back.
We are going to get over there soon. And I think I may be going, trying to sneak over there sometime this week to play around. I'm sure that the course is always in good shape, but like, especially this time of year, it's a good place to go play golf at. It's honestly, our course at Vincennes here, Cypress Hills, is pretty damn good. It's really nice. It's not quite as challenging as French Lick off the tee, let alone from the 8,200 yard markers. I still want to play around there from the back tees and see what I shoot.
Let's go.
What's the course record from the back tees?
Craig Bowden's got 1 under. That's it. And he was the shortest hitter on tour. You can smoke that guy. He's old now.
I know Craig Bowden. I know Craig Bowden really well. He's a good putter. He's a straight hitter. He doesn't hit it very far, but he does generally hit it pretty straight.
He opened up a golf simulator
1 under.
Yeah, up at Bloomington. So he's doing well up there. So
I heard that.
Probably give him a little time off the road. Yeah, so he's still doing well in shafts. But hey, we just want to call and say thanks. We're proud of you. We appreciate your support with the French Lick Resort and what you're doing on tour out there. We wish you and your family the best, and nothing but green lights in front of you, buddy. Go out there and kick some ass and have some fun doing. All right.
That's right. That's the plan. Thank you guys for having me on. We need to seriously play some golf sometime over there soon when it all works out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm off this week. I don't know what y'all's schedule is the latter half of this week, but even if it's in a month or so, whenever it works out, I would love to. We could do a little game where I play the back tees and we could have everybody guess the score. And if I shoot above 78, I'm just going to pretend it never happened.
Delete footage.
Well,
Never
That'll be
happened.
fun.
We could do that and probably get it sponsored by like Nick Ultra or something like that. That'd be a blast.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and bring some guys over. We'll have some fun doing. Are you going to play? If you don't get into the, are you qualified for the British?
Not currently. No, not currently.
Got it. So is the one-off event, is that in Louisville this year? Yeah, I asked you.
Yes,
I think it's called.
but I'll be in this. I'll be in the Scottish, so I don't know. I don't know that I'm 100% going to go to the Scottish. I probably am, but I can't, since I'm in the Scottish, I can't skip the Scottish and play the Louisville event. So I have to play the bigger event that I'm in. So I have to go over there for 1 week and then hopefully do well enough where if I'm not in the British, I can qualify for the British through the Scottish. But if not, it's just a really expensive trip back, which is fine. But in an ideal world, I would love to play the Scottish and the British. So the next time I talk to you guys, hopefully I'll be qualified for the British.
Well, that'll be an absolute riot. We'd love to have you. Love to see you playing it and do well out there as well. So cool. Well, Adam Schenk, we thank you for your time. We know you're busy and you're trying to beat a rainstorm out there. Give Bunker and the family our best. All right, buddy? All right. Hey, welcome back to the Road to French Lick. We have a very special guest today, Mr. Fred Cowgill, former WLKY sports director for 33 years. And now he's across
38.
the river. 38 years.
38,
Sorry, bud.
yeah.
38. And now he's across the river, Jeffersonville, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Fred Cowgill. How you doing, bud?
Better now, my friend. Both of you. Thanks for letting me join you.
Hey, we have a special week coming up here in southern Indiana and in the great town of Louisville with the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby. You've been around the track. Well, you had 38 years at WLKY, and now you're on the other side. What do you see? What do you miss? And what are you looking forward to this week of the running of the Roses?
All good questions, guys. I was out there Saturday morning, so I still miss it. It's intoxicating. I miss the backside the most because that's where the stories are. That's where the ambiance is. I mean, the track is great. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's one of a kind. Churchill Downs is the iconic home of horse racing. It is the biggest race in the world, hosting the Kentucky Derby. There's nothing else like it. You got to go once. If you've never done it, it's a bucket list thing. No question. It's overwhelming, 175,000 people. But being on the backside Saturday morning for the 40th straight year was exceptionally cool. Got to see a lot of old friends. More importantly, you get to be around the horses. They're such soulful creatures that people really don't appreciate what athletes they really are. And what they may lack in innate intelligence, they more than make up for with passion and heart.
Oh, that's great. Now, I know that you've had a long history with the French Lick Resort. You're one of our dear friends, and you're just a gem to be around. But there was also a history with French Lick and the Kentucky Derby back in the early days when the railroads were running back and forth. There was a thing called the Churchill Express. It was a train that would go from the French Lick train station right to Churchill Downs. And then over the years, as the railroads went belly up, so did the Churchill Express. So there's a long withstanding history between horse racing and French Lick and the Kentucky Derby. So within your knowledge, can you sprinkle a little seed on the history that you know of?
The history there and the ambiance, the things were different back then in a lot of ways. They're different now in a positive way in some ways, but there was a certain charm to that era that can never be forgotten. And it's nice that French Lick remembers it, takes the best of it, honors it with what it's done today. Mr. Cook spending the $600 million that he did to basically take a town near bankruptcy and one step from being a ghost town to becoming a destination resort. And I don't just say that, because you're my friend. I say that as a fan of the game. By the time it's all over, three incredible golf courses, the Die course beats the junk out of you, and you want to come back for more, as well as the Ross course and now the new course going in as we speak. But along with horse racing, they both honor tradition. They both honor legacy. They both honor, time. Kentucky Derby is the oldest sporting event in the United States, period. And there's a lot to be said for that. It's survived a lot of potential disasters, and to this day is a destination for 175,000 people. 125,000 for Oaks on Friday, 175,000. Just like that, the French Lick Resort has done the same thing. I mean, it wasn't doing well not that long ago. And you guys, and you should be very proud of yourselves, patting yourselves on the back, and still reaching for bigger things of what you've done. You've made a lot of people have changed lives, and there's nothing better than that.
Well, thank you for saying that. It's very kind. But one of our favorite restaurants at French Lick is the 1875 Steakhouse. 1875, first year of the Kentucky Derby, and inside the restaurant, there's a winner from each year. And it's pretty neat to pick out your birthday and you go and check it out. Looking at this week's race, your old crony Bob Baffert's got a couple horses running, and as
true.
well as Brad Cox, another trainer. He's got three ponies in the race.
Yes.
So between the two of the best trainers out there, they got five horses running. What's your outcome? What's your prediction looking like?
So the first thing you have to remember is this is the hardest race in the world to predict because it does have 20 horses. There is one in Australia that has 24, but this one's a little bit different in that it's these babies, many of whom just turned 3 years old. People don't understand that for legal reasons, all horses turn 3 on January 1st, but some don't turn 3 years old rather until right before the race. And there's one in here like that. So as you remember, teenagers, and we've all had them, they change a lot from month to month, and that's what you're seeing with these horses. So you have to keep that in mind, not to mention you only get one crack at this in their lives. People forget that, the jockeys can come back, but for these horses, 3-4 years ago, this was the dream of creating this either by purchase or by breeding, a chance to run for the roses. Roughly 20,000 babies born, roughly a little bit 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and now only 20 get to run for roses. That presumes there are no scratches. But the one to beat is the one Renegade, in spite of the bad post position. In the old days, the gate really crushed the one horse down on the rail. He had nowhere to go. He'd run right into the rail sometimes. The new reconfiguration of the gate makes it fairer, but it's still difficult. It's kind of claustrophobic down there when you lean to your right, and you see 19 guys trying to come down on top of you. But he's still the one to beat. He won the Arkansas Derby. His connections, Mike Rapoli, Todd Pletcher, outstanding connections with huge money. The one I like is Commandment, who is one of Brad Cox's horses. Love the name to start. Way back in the day, I just thought that's a cool name for all the obvious reasons. And then he started to win. And the reason I like him is the way he's been winning. The Florida Derby and the stakes race there, the greatest stake before that, both at the same track at Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream is a speed-favoring track. Horses that tend to go to the lead tend to win. In his last start especially, Commandment started last. And in a short field like that, the front runner, when he gets a slow pace, tends to have a huge advantage. They went very slow to the half, 48 and 4/5 seconds, very slow. Commandment ran him down like they were standing still. Won by a nose, but it was enormously impressive to do that kind of thing. So the moment I saw the race, I'm like, he's mine. I mean, I'll take him against any of them. Now, that said, you also have to remember he is probably the second or third choice. Favorites rarely win the Derby, although there was a streak for quite a while of them doing very well in the top three. There are a couple of long shots that I've been kind of messing around with. So Renegade is the one, and Commandment is the 6. I've got, if I'm not mistaken, 2 long shots. And bear with me just a moment as I go through my past performance. I just got these this morning, so it's going to rock you around a little bit on this shot here for a second, but it'll be worth it.
Hey, it's okay. We're spinning out of the turn, heading to the last poles are coming up around turn 4.
They are. Okay, here's your first long shot. There's a horse, the 11 called him, the 11 horse Incredibolt. He is a horse that comes off a win in the Virginia Derby, which is not a graded stake, which are the best. But he showed an amazing turn of foot in the last 3/8 of a mile. Why is that important? There is a statistic in the Kentucky Derby that horses that finish at a certain number in the last 3/8 and the last eighth of the mile have a huge chance to win this race. And there are three this year: Renegade, Commandment, and Incredible. Except Incredible will be about 50-1. So I would put a couple shekels across the board on Incredible, just because you never know. Because there have been long shots that have paid triple digits to win this race. Think of Mind That Bird. Think of Giacomo. There have been many, and there's one other, and this is a completely different angle to it.
We're doing a Quinella
Let's
box, it looks like.
hang on a second. Just bounce around again for a second.
That's all
It's
right.
Chad Brown. Chad Brown's for us.
As
Hey,
we're getting
I
a
live in
view
here. Hang on.
of Jeffersonville High School parking lot here.
Yeah, bear with me.
Mr. Hand.
Yeah, I know. Well, it is what it is at this
If
point.
this,
We're just trying to
if this
navigate
is
the challenge
if this is
situation.
your time and if this is my time, doesn't it make it our time?
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so horse's name is Emerging Markets. I love the
Sounds like
name.
something out of Chicago.
He's also the 15, which is my favorite number. But more importantly, to the reasons I like the horse, he's my long shot special. He only has 2 lifetime starts, both of them wins.
Wow.
The last time a horse did that and won his 3rd lifetime start in the Derby was the year 1883. No
And who was the
exaggeration.
horse?
The horse was Locutus. No, I'm sorry,
Wow.
Leonidas. Yes, but lately a lot of this history making has been broken down in modern time training of racing lightly raced horses. So little by little, all these things get knocked out. Will it be emerging market this year? Again, at 20, 30-1, he's worth a long shot. 2 lifetime starts, 2 wins, both for Chad Brown, one of the best trainers in the business out of New York. And listen to his works lately. 4th out of 39, 1st out of 47, 15th out of 92. He's training up a storm. Great breeding, Candy Ride by Empire Maker. Great breeding. And again, a long shot in a race that has produced many long shots along the way. So how do you bet the race? Because to me,
There we go.
it's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing to say, hey, I like so and so, but it's another thing to say, I won the race. I cashed a ticket. So if you're just interested in cashing a ticket, if you bet $2 across the show on Commandment, you've got an excellent chance of cashing a ticket. Won't be worth much, but that's it. Uh, some people like to play numbers. My wife's favorite number is 13. Mine's 15. We'll throw those in a couple with a couple of numbers, maybe the favorites, and hope that something happens in an exacta or trifecta. So much of it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. And I think that's the hardest part for people who generally do this a couple times a year, is it's hard to navigate that. And I really can't blame them. I've done this for best part of 50 years plus, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I learned a long time ago, you rarely make money at this. So the goal is to have fun. You bet a favorite name. You bet a favorite color of the jockey silks. The thing is, you're participating in something that goes back to 1875 and will probably go a lot longer. And it celebrates everything good about horse racing, even though there are some challenges out there and the business is in trouble. The Kentucky Derby has a chance to lead the way, and Churchill Downs, to make sure to ensure the future of the game in a positive way. And that's arguably the most important thing you could do in this situation. So I'm going to have a favorite cocktail at home on Saturday or at a golf course. I'm not sure where, but I will not be at the track for just the second time in 40 years. I'll be watching on TV. Last year the weather was terrible. I had tickets but didn't go. But this year I've decided we're going to throw a party and do it right wherever we are and have some serious beverages. Mint julep comes to mind right away, and enjoy the moment and revel in its time, because that's what this is always supposed to have been about, going back to when French Lick and people got on the train and rode over rather. I would love to have done that. That would be a bucket list for me in a heartbeat.
Well, if we bring it back, it'd be the first guy that we call. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Cowgill, thank you for your time. Thank you for your friendship. We're looking forward to hearing Mike Tirico with the call from the 152nd running of the Roses. My friend, we'll
Great
talk to you
seeing you
soon.
guys. Yes, sir. Great seeing you.
We hope you enjoy our conversations with Adam Schenk and Fred Cowgill. Two very different people, two very different conversations, but a lot of great stuff from both of them. We'll be back with another episode of the Road to French Lick around the PGA Championship. In the meanwhile, make sure you check out French Lick Resort. Everything happening on the property. It's spring, and it's awesome out in French Lick. We'll be there soon, and we look to see you there as well. For Brendan Sweeney, I'm Ryan Ballengee. For everyone at the French Lick Resort and at Golf News Net, we'll see you next time on the Road to French Lick.